Hello everyone and welcome to Authentic Racing Competition, round 5 here in the Netherlands for the Dutch Grand Prix. It is race day, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're ready for what should be a very exciting and eventful race. After a crazy qualifying session yesterday, where we had 4 cars at one point battling for the pole position. In the end, it went to Jamil F1 to take Red Bull's second pole of the season and Jamil's first pole of his season. Legend will of course be starting at the back of the grid today after missing qualifying, which is a big thing of interest, so now we'll make sure to watch that throughout the race. But briefly, before we go into any more information on the grid and other stuff, as we are now on the grid, ready for the formation lap. Something I'd like to say during the formation lap is that, of course, you may well have heard of the tragic events of last night in Vienna, where a horrible terrorist attack took place. And obviously, all of us at Authentic Racing Competition, admins, the commentator, myself, and all the drivers, all our prayers go out to everyone there affected by the incident. And many of the drivers today will be wearing a special black, red, and white helmet for to show tribute to those that have been affected by what has happened. Again, today I will be commentating alone. So again, just me. Apologies for that. It's just really me. So kind of your loss there, but. Yeah, so just again, me, Felix, unable to commentate again today, sadly. Hopefully he's back soon, though. So we're now waiting for the cars to complete their formation lap. Hopefully all is good with the stream. If there is any issues, make sure to say in the comments before we start up. If not, I will assume everything is sorted. To get ready for an exciting event. So just quickly, your grid for the race today. It is Jamil on pole position for Red Bull, iQuicks in second for Mercedes, it's Monster in P3 for Racing Point, Benjamin P4 for Renault, Sam D fifth for AlphaTauri, Werrod in sixth for Ferrari, Wuschel in seventh for McLaren, Ashy Boy in eighth for McLaren, and it is Henk Peter in the Renault in 9th. Matt Alonso gaining position after the racing point of Toss My Salad was replaced by Bolin for the race today. And will be. I also noticed that I just turned down my own audio. Probably should have done that for everyone else. There we go. Is that a bit better? Lowered the volume down a bit there. But yeah, then outside the top 10 it is Felix, Yuri, Duffy for Tim, Nick, Ducky, Atix, Legend, Bolin, and Black Fox. Legend starting 18th. Let's see where they will end up. So, we're now on the grid. Lights are coming on. 5 red lights. And we are racing in the Netherlands. It is a great start there from iQuicks, as the timing is messed up, so apologies for that, everyone. And iQuicks does take the lead as Monster takes P2, Benjamin racing Jamil for P3, that's Williams off in the background. Let's see, sorry, I can't really show you much here, as that is iQuicks maintaining the lead into this part of the lap. Benjamin going very high through turn 3, and does get Jamil. Those medium tyres not giving them the grip at the start that they would have wanted. As they now head through this house. There's a crash in the background. It's Ducky and Yuri. Ducky and Yuri, I believe, may have just collided. We have a safety car. I don't know which type. It's a full safety car. Full safety car. For the first time in the season, ladies and gentlemen, we have a full safety car. This is what they look like. All the field goes slow. Maybe just quickly. There we go. Safety car up there. So let's see what happens. So yes, safety car is out now. And the field will maintain their pace. Looked to me like there was a clip between an Alfa Romeo and a Haas, which I believed was Ducky and Yuri. Apologies if I got that wrong. Yuri definitely involved, and he is now out the race. but I do believe that Ducky was involved. But again, sorry if I'm wrong. I am seeing in the chat that Ducky is apparently drunk, so it probably was Ducky involved. So we'll see. Probably after the race that'll be brought up, and perhaps a penalty will be given in that situation. But at the end of lap 1, ignore the timing once again as it is broken. Thanks Codemasters for that one. But I can't really think this. I'll give my best attempt at taking through the order here. So it is iQuicks first at the moment. Then it is Monster in second. Then it is Benjamin in third. It is then Jamil in fourth. If those medium tyres do sort of are the better. Okay, apparently, oh my god, he got murdered, according to Felix, who should be studying now, Felix. So yeah. Yeah, it very much is, if you drive, never drink. I'll mode in the chat there saying. So yeah, we'll bring up tyres for everyone now, we'll do a brief pause, and looks like the timing is now sorting itself out, so I will completely run down. So let's bring up some information for everyone to see. So let's get the tyres up. So everyone starting on the softs, apart from those starting on the mediums, which is Jamil, Magic Alonso, Darth FIFA, and Ducky. Then it is Black Fox, Bolin, Legend that are all starting on the hards. Legend will of course be aiming to not pick up any damage in this first stint. And apparently Drunk Ducky has caused a bit of... Oh, as that's Ducky who has spun. It does appear Ducky is not in a form you'd expect to see. That's a good point there. The McLarens are the wrong way around on the grid, which is interesting to see. Yeah, Ducky does appear to be struggling at the moment. So I'll run you through the order very quickly as we see the tyre cut. I'll leave them up for you to look at any drivers you want to look at. But the order here, it's iQuicks who leads this race. It's Monster in second, Benjamin in third, Renault P3 very much doing a Ricardo job at the moment. It is Jamil in fourth, Sam D in fifth, Bo in sixth, Wushel seventh, Felix in eighth, Henk in ninth, Magic Alonso in 10th. It is Tim in 11th after crashing Q1 yesterday. Ashley Boy in 12th, not the start they would have wanted. It is Darth FIFA in 13th, Legend in 14th, Atix in 15th, Bolin in 16th, Nick in 17th, Black Fox in 18th, and Ducky back on the back of the pack in 19th. Yeah, let's see. That's a big topic, is tyre choice, which will be the best strategy. Will the mediums be the better race tyre, or not? And the brief see if I've got enough time to see if I can find anywhere. Let's see if there's anything. Just having to check, see if anyone said anything in the chats regarding any incidents. Nothing has been said. Very interesting to see where Legend how Legend goes through the order here, as safety car I believe is in this lap. Sorry I missed that. I was looking to see if there's any. And yet TM Ducky is apparently a clown according to Yuri, a drunk one. So should he be racing when you're drunk? Probably not. Yeah, let's go on board with iQuicks here. Well, actually, we'll go on off board to get a good view to see the restart here of iQuicks. When will they floor it? Still keeping the pace. Going to do a Bottas Magello, and they can floor it now. They floor it now. Monster's got a great restart from Monster. Very much keeping with iQuicks off the restart. Let's see what happens here as they are battling, as that is Ducky spinning around again. As iQuicks defends, but then pulls back off the racing line and keeps the lead. Battling further back with Jamil having to defend from the B team there, AlphaTauri behind him. As that's a big move there from Felix in the middle sector. The McLaren left inside, it's 3 wide behind theirs. Magic Alonso trying to go around the outside of 2 cars. That was Kim settling in behind them. As they head now down the long sort of curved straight here into the high-speed right-hander. Let's see what they can do. Go on board Henk here, going for a move here on Magic Alonso. Oh, nearly contact, and there is contact! Henk's around. Henk spins around in the high-speed corners. Perfect time to go on board, I must say. And drops down the order. Only the Williams and Ducky behind, but up front it is iQuicks who maintains position. But Monster is looking very rapid at the moment. What can they do from that position? Is Monster going to be able to get this lead away from iQuicks in a much, well, I'd say quite a bit slower racing point, maybe not much slower, but I'd say it's at least a few tenths a lap, maybe half a second a lap, I don't really know. But Monster is going to go to the outside line towards turn 1. iQuicks pulls back into the racing line, just not enough straight there for Monster to be able to go up the inside. Through this winding section here. Benjamin is maintaining that P3 at the moment, actually not dropping back too much from the top guys. Black Fox is in the pits at the moment in Williams' car. Feel free to put your predictions for the race in the comments. It would be interesting seeing them. Flying through these high speed sections, not many overtaking chances here, as Henk proved last lap with contact with Magic Alonso. As Legend here, in this long train of cars, trying to get through. And it's smart to go on the hard tyres in some aspects, but also not. In one aspect, you're on the hard tyres when you're going to be in dirty air anyway, so you're losing time, so if your net loss from hard tyres stuck in traffic compared to soft tyres stuck in traffic, it's a good move there from Legend on Darth FIFA, I must say. It is pretty a bit less. However, of course, soft tyres you can get through the pack a bit easier. As the leaders head into turn 1 now, and it is maintaining the lead is iQuicks. Monster in P2, Benjamin in P3, Jamil in 4th, Sam in 5th. Still doing a very strong job there. And this entire top, despite, it's the first time this season we've seen this, and it's insane to me, on a league which of course uses equal cars, the entire, actually it'll be top 12 once Legend catches up to them. The entire top 12 will have no more than the gap of a second in front between each of the two cars. So this is absolutely insane here, and it's hard to believe that this is realistic car performance, honestly. As Legend, the only thing, as that is Black Fox spinning, crashing through the final corner, and it hit the wall again, and just trying to get some traction on dirt, which is not easy. Now, let's quickly have a look at the leader gap. Let's see. So the gap from iQuicks in 1st to Legend in 12th is 7.3 seconds. That's just unheard of in motorsport, but that is what we like to see. It'll create even better racing. And Legend here is going to try and probably just slowly make their way up through the train, make their way towards the front, and then when they switch on to the softs, fly through the remaining cars. And you know what? I wouldn't put it past them to get the win. As battling further back, it's Bolin and Darth FIFA. Darth FIFA just able to hold off that position there, but I doubt that'll last long. Meanwhile, at the front of the order, it's getting very close up here. Monster right on the back of iQuicks here, as iQuicks has to use a lot more ERS than Monster has. And Monster flying at the moment, absolutely on the limit, and truly demonstrating the speed. Predictions in the chat so far, Hotline Mode saying Jamil or Legend will win. You know what, that's a good shout there. It really does come down to strategy. If these top guys are able to look after their tyres, then it could obviously be one of these, either could be iQuicks fighting Monster for the win. But if the alternative strategies do end up working well, then of course it could go the other way. Bolin has been able to get past Darth FIFA now. So they will probably catch up to this train of cars here. Felix first car to break sort of that big gap, as Monster getting very close to the back of iQuicks, but again just getting it close enough when it's too late. And not being able to make the move, as the Alpha Tauris appear to be the cars that are breaking up this train at the moment. Both Alpha Tauris starting to drop back from the cars in front of them. Tim, I must say, with a great start so far, getting up into 6th place here. Only 2 places behind their teammate, and their teammate got the whole position. But of course, tyre choice being a big part of that. As that is Legend very close to the back of Magic Alonso here. Are they going to make the move here? Into the no, they back out. That would have been a quick way to lose your front wing by going for that move. As that's a lap car getting involved up at the front here. Black Fox very much in the lead group. It's not something to say very often. That's Jamil nearly losing it there. Williams being in the same part of the tarmac there. Is that Tim going for the move? Not quite able to. Around here it's just so tricky to overtake. Let's see. Oh, we've got a good line there on exit. Can they make a move into the final couple of corners? No, they smartly stay behind. Let's see, can Monster close in on iQuicks this lap? Gap 4 tenths when they hit the DRS. What will the gap be when they get to the end of it? Be down to 2 tenths and not enough there. That gap's going to have to be at least lower than 3 tenths to make the move into turn 1. As that's battling further back. Legend makes the move with Magic Alonso, but can they pull it off? Oh, contact. Legend nearly spinning there. Magic Alonso going to try and keep it around the outside. Ferrari versus Mercedes. That we saw early in the season, but there is more of a fair battle now. It's very much leaning towards Mercedes to win this battle, but Magic Alonso puts up an epic defence there, and Magic Alonso holds off Legend. But Legend going to go for the move here through these high-speed corners. Legend bit wide, has to slot in behind, backs out there. I mean, great job to Magic Alonso to defend from Legend, putting their car in all the right places and doing a great defensive job. Benjamin now starting to separate himself from the top two. Not a huge gap like you'd expect from a Renault to a Mercedes, but it's still not quite keeping up with them anymore. Seems as the tyre wear kicks in, the Mercedes and Racing Points and the quicker cars in general having life a bit better on their tyres, whereas the Renault killing it a bit. And also Benjamin is very low on ERS, which is of course going to hurt them a lot as well. It's very close here. They head towards someone as Legend versus Magic Alonso. And Legend, are they able to make the move? No, they're not. This is the piece of sort of the Zandvoort effect, where a car much quicker, but this is perhaps where we'd also see Legend perhaps picking the wrong tyres to start the race on, because the hards just don't have the grip to pull that Mercedes past. It's clearly much quicker. Let's see, will they make the move into this high speed right? Yes, they will. Up the inside, flying it. Will there be contact? But Magic Alonso defends again and holds off Legend there at the middle line. And Tim gets up into P5 ahead of Sam D. So the Red Bulls all crystal some team orders here between Tim and Jamil. That would be intriguing to see. Let's see, as Tim are on the quicker tyres in theory, but of course those tyres will be getting towards the end of their life now. Fair back, Magic Alonso and Legend. Surely this is the lap for Legend. So they head towards turn 1. Magic Alonso worse off on the ERS, so will struggle at top speed, and will they fight at this lap? Legend to the inside. Can Magic Alonso do anything this lap? No, Legend straight through. Bit of a lock up, but able to get to the apex still. And that is Legend through into 10th place into the points. But that battle has cost Legend a lot of time to the front runners, and that could perhaps hurt them in the long term. More traffic up ahead here. It's a Magic Alonso. Oh, that's maybe a mistake there for Magic Alonso on the exit of the previous corner. They get passed by Legend and lose number 2 position to Ashley Boy and Bolin. Bolin also following Legend through this pack now. And despite being a Racing Point, again, the Racing Point of Mercedes showing to be very close on pace here. Because obviously the Racing Point is the slower car. But across the course of this race, the Racing Point isn't looking too bad. Because both Racing Points and Mercedes, sort of, for one Racing Point on the hard, there's another Mercedes on the hard. As the spoiler now going for the move up the inside on Ashley Boy and gets the move done. So the Mercedes and Racing Point's plans are very similar here, which means we're going to have good luck here as Monster quite close on this lap, but he's not using much ERS. And are they going to go for the dive? Not quite. That could have been the chance there from Monster, getting very close to the back. As that is battling here between Bo and Sam D, squeezing on the exit there. Will there be contact? Oh, a bit of contact through the corner. Will Sam D be able to send it up the inside? Just about, but not able to keep it throughout the corner. And Bo continues up the order and gets from P6 now. Getting ahead of the AlphaTauri, who continues to drop down the order. Further back, we've got Bolin now. You're going to want to try and catch up to the back of Legend. So we've got the Racing Point of Monster on the back of iQuicks, and these guys getting closer and closer each lap. And we have Legend, and we've got Bolin on the back of Legend. Of course, traffic, I feel, has more of a part in this battle, as Legend now does go for the move on Felix into this very tight part of the lap. You've got to be single file on exit, otherwise someone's going to end up in the gravel, or someone's going to end up backwards. through these final couple of corners. As the Red Bulls have swapped positions, that is Jamil into the pit lane already. Jamil on the medium tyres, pitting early. That is unexpected there from Jamil, pitting before the soft tyre runners, but after starting on the mediums. I mean, that is unprecedented. I had a feeling we might see a surprise come Jamil's way. As that is yellow flag in the middle sector there. Not quite sure what's caused that. Oh, it's a spin, I believe, for Black Fox at the final corner. Oh, we got the yellow flag glitch. But yeah, this is Black Fox who has spun here. Yellow flag on the old part of the track was not actually there. And there's Black Fox into the pit lane and speeds massively. As ignore some of the yellow flags on the mini-map now. Actually, no, that one may have actually been one, because that I believe was Ducky who's slowing, yes. So that's what was causing yellows. Yeah, it was not any sort of glitch, it was just Ducky. Who has indeed lost quite a bit of, only an M plate, but still. But a bit of downforce. The Monster looks very close on this occasion to the back of iQuix. Quicker than before. Surely this is the opportunity. I said under 3 attempts, but if you use a lot of ERS as iQuix into the pits, Monster follows. Both of them do not speed. Benjamin stays out on track and inherits the lead of this race. These guys probably covering off Jamil Field, select the hard compound tyres. And it is iQuix maintaining the position at the end of the pit lane. But what about traffic here? As Legend is in P2 now and in clear air. Bolan also, it is the same for them. Ducky retires from the session. As these guys are going to go out behind the great Mercedes defender, Magic Alonso, who has already shown today they can defend very well from the Mercedes car. Let's see if they do the same to iQuix. I don't know. Let's see. What are Ducky and Black Fox doing? Ducky is now retired. Black Fox just doesn't seem to be their day, as they have quite a few spins and crashes. iQuix gonna just want to get past Magic Alonso as quickly as possible. Jamil's undercut from the medium tyres has cost them, as well, I don't know if it cost them the place or not. I didn't see whether they were behind him before they pitted or not. I don't think they were, but Jamil's gamble here has hurt, and it's hurt a lot. So Jamil has gone for the alternative idea, and it's not worked at all. As Benjamin pits from the lead in the Renault. Legend, of course, staying out. As Ashley Boy pits too. Magic Alonso stays out. He's on the medium tyres, so will be staying out a bit longer in this race, as that is iQuix to the inside. What will happen this time? Mercedes versus Ferrari, round 2, and this time much less of a fight, and iQuix gets the position done. What about Monster? Will Monster get the easy treatment? A bit high there from Magic Alonso, better get the traction, but not better than the Racing Point, which is just watching the Mercedes driving to this. They're going to go for the move here into the high-speed right-hander and just sends it, and Magic Alonso can do nothing there. Those tyres starting to die. Probably only got a few more laps left in them, so hasn't quite got the grip they had before in the race. Monster now has got the flat gaps grown slightly, but there's more traffic up the road in the form of Felix, although Felix will likely pit at the end of this lap, as they started on the soft compound tyres. Legend and Bolan now are going to be the ones to watch, and the question will be, where will these guys come out after they pit? Now, well, that's definitely the question I'll be asking. And it will definitely be quite sort of far back, probably behind the Red Bulls, almost probably behind Benjamin as well. Perhaps even lower down than that, as that is disqualified from the session. Black Fox. Well then, don't really know what to say there. iQuix, as Felix does not pit on this lap. Felix stays out for another lap. Could this impede iQuix and allow Monster to catch up? Monster is going to want to get the position soon. iQuix is going to want to get past Felix as soon as possible to ensure they've got a bit of a buffer there. Let's have a look at the gap between the leaders, and it is only 7.4 seconds, the gap between Legend and iQuix, which is obviously not enough for a pit stop. If anyone in the chat, as that is a spinner, it's Sam D spinning. Sam D, well, they've had a bit of a moment there, caught the end of it, and they've got some damage, and they've got very worn tyres. They let Ashley Boy through. But Sam D having a strong race so far, and it's all kind of crumbling down. Meanwhile, their teammates are very much in the limelight here, as this is very interesting to see. Felix holding up these two as Monster's got a big run now. This could be the lap here. As Felix does pit. This has given iQuick's DRS as well, though. Will Monster make the move? No, they won't. They're making us wait another lap. Oh, this is... it's painful just watching them wait. Magical Alonso now separating the Red Bull cars. As Jamil is trying to get past, Tim is already past. This could give Benjamin a shot at one of them. Renault's not quite as good as race pace as it had in quali pace. As it's battling up through and into the high-speed right-hander. And Jamil gets the pass done. Let's see if Benjamin can follow them through. Oh, it's Benjamin, big slide, clipping the grass on entry there. That's hurt them quite a bit. I will keep this gap up for you, everyone, so that you can see the gaps between everyone. It is now Mercedes Racing Point in this race, followed by Red Bull, then Ferrari, Renault, Ferrari. If Hank was in P10, that would be a great-looking top 10. But, you know, Darth Fever doing a great job in the technical remote, although that could be about to go to Wushel. Wushel going to the outside. That's going to be a hard one to make work, but does. Great move there from Wushel to get up into the points positions. Tim is now closing in on the battle for the lead. Tim, if he's less patient with his overtakes, then that could definitely mix things up. Monster significantly better than both Tim and iQuick's on ERS. Top two both fairly low. But Monster up on 85%. You have to imagine that when Monster turns on the pressure, it's going to stay. Because Monster had to do a couple laps of just full ERS down the straights, whereas iQuick's going to struggle to do one lap. We'll have to wait and see though how Monster plays it out, but Monster definitely looking in the best position at the moment. It's all down to iQuick's defense. If iQuick can defend, then they can definitely win this. Is of course Sandbolt not any especially easy place to overtake, which could definitely be the saviour for iQuick today. Monster is definitely saving ERS and probably fuel as well. I assume that's you talking about their hot lap mode. But yeah, they're saving it because, of course, the more you have compared to your opponents, the better off you are. It's fairly simple. And the more you have, the more advantage you have. Obviously, less speed you're using, as long as you can keep up by using less of your extra boosts. As looks the move inside there does not go for it though. Very interesting to see. Let's leave this gap as it is at the moment. Legend is currently actually pulling away. This is actually kind of reminding me of the Grand Prix this Sunday, where one Mercedes stays out longer and the other Mercedes not quite going as quick as the other Mercedes, and is struggling and is actually starting to pull a gap. As that's a spinner, and it's Felix. Has had a big spin in Sector 1. Looks like maybe perhaps on the exit of the first corner and has lost half their wing. It's quite a bit of damage there, and that's going to be tough. Definitely going to have to be another pit stop on that, unless there is a late safety car. Takes away the chance for a recovery. Okay, so show tyres. I took it away, but sure. So top two at the moment, 18 laps old tyres. The guys that pitted onto the hards did that 3 laps ago. About 16. So about 20 laps these hard tyres I'd say can do. But these guys, if they continue to pull the gap, they might as well stay out as long as they can. If we say the pit stop around Zandvoort is 20 seconds, if it's shorter or longer, no, say in the chat. But if we say just on average most tracks have it around 20, if we say 20 seconds, that would put Legend out around between the Ferraris at the moment, although Magical Alonso is yet to pit. As that is Tim having a big look there at the back of Monster. Could this be... Nah, Tim just having a bit of a look, but I don't think this is going to be a opportunity to overtake. Nope, stays back into the slipstream and stays behind. Yeah, so if it is around 20 seconds, then I imagine they'll come out around the Ferrari of Bo. Bolin may actually come out behind the McLaren of Wushel, which will be interesting. iQuick's definitely not on a huge amount of pace at the moment, which is a shame to see. Good opportunity for a win here, and still very much a good opportunity, but not quite on the pace at the moment, as more and more cars join in this train. Jamil now joining Benjamin. But it really be to tell here is if Benjamin's able to catch up and join in this battle. That Renault, I don't think it's got the pace to quite be in the front battle. As Evan has said in the chat, that it is about 18 seconds the pit lane here. in which case that would put them around about, in front of Bo and behind Benjamin, assuming that Magic Alonso pits first. The Magic Alonso currently doing 20 laps on the mediums. These guys could have gone with the medium tyres at this rate after their first pit stop. This big train cars here make their way through the lap here. For the very surprisingly, I still stand by it, this being a very surprisingly long sector 1 here in Zandvoort, but I do not understand. If anyone can explain that to me, obviously, I assume it's most tracks it's distance, but it still seems too long. But yes, let's see what these guys are doing now. ERS-wise, most of these guys saving. Monster beginning to use a bit more, and iQuick's now actually starting to pull away. So iQuick's sort of flexing their muscles, perhaps saving a bit, perhaps actually saving fuel, whilst Monster was saving ERS. And iQuick's starting to put their foot down, and it's actually starting to gap Monster, which so far this race has been unheard of. So iQuick's in the Mercedes, flexing that Mercedes power, flexing that Mercedes muscle, of course race point with the same engine. As this could be an opportunity for Tim down into turn 1, backs out of it, Tim fast in the third sector there. Tim is flying at this stage, so Tim could well be a contender here. I expect to see, we could see Legend Bolin pit, as that is Magic Alonso now pitting. Oh, that's a big slide for Tim! Big slide for Tim, that could allow Jamil a chance, but Jamil's a bit too far back to make it work. Yes, good point there in the comments, saying that iQuick's doing a Bottas, just backing up the pack at the moment, so that Legend comes out further ahead, and close to these guys. Doing a great second driver thing here, but just if I was iQuick's, I'd be thinking about myself, the Legend starting last. iQuick's, there's not really a championship up for grabs here. For me, the championship is very much Legend's way. And we haven't seen... Oh, is that a spin? It's Jamil spinning around. That has allowed Benjamin through, as that is 2 losses of traction for the Red Bull cars on this lap alone. So, both of these guys touched on. Red Bull's not looking as nice on its tyres as everyone else's. The gap's continuing to grow as the gap now between iQuick's and Monster closing back down again. Let's see. Every lap that they stay behind iQuick's in this sort of group of cars, the closer Legend will be behind them when Legend pits, which is going to be very interesting. iQuick's going to want to try and perhaps speed up. This championship, it's not really an alive and kicking championship for the drivers at the moment. And Mercedes looking pretty solid in the constructors as well. It's very much about P2 in both so far this season. So if I was iQuick's, I'd be very much seeing that Legend, obviously, starting in the back of the grid. Of course, they want Legend to... This is their chance, their big chance this season, to fight for a win. Of course, iQuick's putting that in a Mercedes, going to have a lot of chances at wins this season. As that is Bolin into pits, giving us an idea of when the hards are going to run out. And also gives us an idea of when... how long the pit stop is. They're about... I think they're about 5 seconds, maybe 6 seconds behind before the pit stop. And let's see where they are when they exit. As they could well just come out ahead of Jamil here. Looks like they will, which shows that they're all just abusing the white line there. Hopefully, assumingly they won't pit again, so therefore it won't affect them. But it's now 21 seconds off, so it is about a 15-second pit stop. This could be Legend's race to lose now. From 18th on the grid, didn't think I'd be saying that. And I do definitely think that Legend will come out around Benjamin. Whether it is behind or in front, I'm not sure, but it'll be very close. But I still stand by that this is definitely, for me, Legend's race to lose. They're going to come out on soft tyres when these guys are on pretty worn hard tyres. The pace difference of just a 5-second gap as Legend does now appear. This is the moment of truth. Let's go on board with Benjamin, who we believe is going to be the closest one to them. In the pit lane, Legend is still in the pits. Swap between the two. Still in the pits. Coming out now. Benjamin heading towards turn 1. who is going to come out ahead. I believe it could be Benjamin that comes out ahead here. And Benjamin does have P4 at the moment. Will Legend be able to make that gap back up, though? As much bigger gap than I expected. Bolin, look, was there some sort of... I started to crash there. Who is that? That is Felix, who has gone straight off here. And is reversing back onto the racetrack. Probably not the best thing to do, but as the lead group comes through now. Good job that they are ghosted. This is very interesting to see. That's definitely... Legend has lost a lot of time in the pit stop there. And also Legend's gone onto the medium compound tyre instead of the soft. This is... I must admit, I'm kind of confused by all of this. Legend, I'm guessing they would have had some sort of safety car penalty, which cost them 5 seconds. Because Bolin's pit stop was so much quicker than Legend's. And Bolin, but her medium tyre choice for me is very interesting. So we'll have to see here who was right in this tyre choice. But the battle is on here at the front. This is, I think, a fair fight now. I'm going to change it to interval gap. As we can now focus on these front runners. Monster very close to the back of iQuix. iQuix definitely pushing more than they were earlier. As Monster is having to push more as well. It'll be very interesting to see who comes out on top here. At the moment it's looking solid for iQuix to take this. Doing a great job so far today. But Monster is showing a lot of pace, but just losing it out in that middle sector. Tim, to be honest at the moment, Tim could well be the quickest of the top 3. As Tim here could potentially staying back. Tim has got significantly less ERS now on those, so it's going to be tough for them to get sort of their move done if the car in front uses theirs as well. As this could be Tim's chance though. Tim is very close to the back of Monster, but Monster of course has the ERS from iQuix. Tim's going to use all the ERS now they run out. See, that's where it's going to hurt, whereas Monster has as much as they want. And Tim has to stay behind. Monster closing up the back of iQuix. However, Tim putting the pressure on Monster is very good for iQuix, as that will mean that... nearly contacted into turn 3 there, and Tim is going to get past. Tim up the inside, is going to make the move, not quite. Is he going to stay in the fight? They're wheel to wheel here. And there's contact! Oh, just about able to control both cars. And they head through the high-speed right-hander. Monster a bit offline there. And this battle is well and truly on here. All the battling happening between Monster and Tim is helping out iQuix a lot, as Tim has got so much more pace here. Tim is absolutely flying at the moment, and almost gets his nose up the inside. Tim is just not got the ERS at the moment to make the move stick. To head through this very tight chicane here. Monster is very much stuck in the middle now. They want to attack iQuix, I assume, but they can't, because if they attack iQuix and it fails, Tim's going to be straight past. So it's very much stuck in a status quo situation at the moment, where they all... they don't really want to move at the moment. Tim obviously wants to move. iQuix obviously wants to pull away, but Monster sort of... As Monster going for the move here this lap. Monster up the inside of turn 1. Oh, big swipe across there from iQuix, but leaves the space, and there is no contact. And iQuix does maintain lead of the race. That was a big chance for Monster. Good job from Monster there. They didn't make the move, but they also were able to stay ahead. Oh, that's a big run through this section here. And this, honestly, this could be one of the best places for Monster to make the move. It's through that part of the lap. It's obviously the riskiest part, but just that very long run, and sort of maybe a misjudging from iQuix on how defensive they need to go could well allow Monster through. Let's see. You know, Legend, as Legend will fill here with Benjamin. Legend on the outside. Who is going to get the move done as Bolin is watching on. As around the outside tries Benjamin. Benjamin going to end up at the ground and there's contact. Benjamin's half spun and is all the way into the grass and sand. And that allows Bolin through into 5th and Legend up into 4th. Benjamin was brave to try and keep it in there. That gap was going to end. As that's very close for the lead there. Monster very close. I almost missed that and I saw the gap. Tim watching on as well. Tim desperate to get past these guys. Tim trying to hold it off. Let's see who is going to take this. I briefly check penalties now whilst I go through this middle sector, and I hope no one tries anything through this middle sector, because I want to check penalties. And it is no penalties for iQuicks, no penalties for Monster, no penalties for Tim, and yes, it was indeed a 5-second time penalty served in the pits for Legend, and no penalty for Poland. So, the question is, will the 5-second time penalty of Legends be removed? For anyone that knows more information about sort of the penalty system than I do, feel free to say. And because if it is, then Legend could win this race. If it isn't, then Legend's going to pretty struggle to win this race. As very defensive this lap, as Monster is going to push this lap. As there's a crash, as Henk has crashed in the middle sector. And, oh, staying behind there is Monster. As iQuicks having to do everything they can to defend now. Tim watching this battle. So very, very close. Let's see who will come out on top here today. Nose to tail through the section of the lap. It's very hard to pass through here. It's unlikely that any of them will make the move through this sector of the lap. And that penalty can't be removed because it was served, which, as that is a safety car. Is that a full safety car? Yes, it is a full safety car with just 6 laps left in this race. Full safety car has been deployed, and that is a crash for Henk in the final couple of corners of the lap there. And that the race has just been turned upside down now. Anything can happen now, ladies and gentlemen. This just got very, very interesting. So Henk crashing out at the penultimate corner there. We saw Nick crash in a similar place yesterday. Was it a very similar incident or not? That is the question. And we have it into the pits. Bolin into the pits. Tim also into the pit lane. Where will they come out as Jamil after P4? Could we see team orders here at Red Bull between the two cars? Tim, of course, can have much more pace at this late stage of the race. Legend now. Up into 3rd place, Legend on the medium tyres. Legend has very, very much come to the fight here. Will Legend win for the 5th time in a row? Or will it go the way of iQuicks, Monster, Tim or Jamil? Benjamin also pit there, as well as many other middle drivers. Benjamin now down to 8th. The McLaren's 9th and 10th. Magic Alonso also in the pit lane. Magic Alonso very close to points in the Ferrari car, which this season has, in the hands of Bo, has been consistently in the points. Whereas the 2nd Ferrari car has been in the points on multiple occasions, but not consistent as Bo's car. As here we see the top group, Bolin also in this fight now. How quick is that racing point compared to that Red Bull? Everyone in the chat, feel free to say who you think will win this race. I'm going to put my backing on. The question at the end of the day is, will there be Mercedes team orders? Will Legend say, listen, iQuicks, this was your win. I started at the back. This is you controlled this race. I may be in a better situation now, but that's only because of the safety car. Or will Legend go, I want to get 5 out of 5 out of the way? Because if Legend pushes flat out, then I think Legend could well win this race. But if Legend thinks about the team, and thinks about iQuicks, and perhaps doesn't fight him, then this definitely could go the way of iQuicks Monster. Jamil, this is going to be interesting. Will Jamil jump out the way for Tim or not? So if I was in Jamil's situation, as that is Monster often grass there. If I was Tim, I'd be begging Jamil to let me through on the safety car restart, because Tim could win this race. I think it's Jamil not in the situation to win this race. So we're questioning whether Legend can win it when they're on 6-lap medium tyres in a much better tyre condition, to cars in front. As Felix has said in the chat, Legend will get the lead quickly, but Tim will be able to get it, challenge him. Also, quick question for you, Felix, whilst you're in the chat, instead of studying, which you should be doing. Would a serve pit lane penalty be removed? Because I have one comment saying it wouldn't be, which obviously is very understandable. But just want to check from you. As the pack is being backed up here by iQuicks. This is probably the moment of the race. And, okay, thank you for that, Felix. As we prepare, when will iQuicks go? When will they go for the final time in this race? It's going to be a 4-lap shootout, and it's back to green flag racing through the final corner. Not technically green flag, because that's crossed the line first, but it's been a terrible restart for Monster. Been a dreadful restart here, and Legend would fly straight past. Legend to the outside. It's going to be a tough one, as that is Tim making the move on Jamil. And Tim does get the position. Tim could let Legend here, as they're racing up the hill. Will there be any contact? Tim on the outside into this corner. Legend blocked up there behind the racing point there of Monster, and Tim gets the position. Tim, will they make the move towards this high-speed right? They're going to go for it. They're going to go for it. The wheel banging. Tim into P2. Tim has got a good chance for the win here. It's all down to whether they can get the track position against iQuicks. Monster now is very much blocking up the rest of the pack. Monster has got no pace on this restart at all. Bolin here is in a great situation. Going around the outside of Jamil. Sweeping around there. That's Benjamin nearly spinning it there at the inside of Bo. And now Tim is going to draw a hunt down iQuicks. This is the battle. This is the battle. Monster in P3 is to try and hold on to that podium for dear life. Bolin and Legend are going to be all over the back of him. Further down the order, it's very close, nose to tail through this entire pack. But on this lap, it looks as though, to me, that iQuicks does have it this lap, with 3 laps left to go in this race. Who is going to take it? Bolin is staying behind Legend at the moment. That's Benjamin and Bo battling at wheel to wheel. And Bo loses the position. Bo in a very tough situation here. He's going to have the 2 McLarens behind him on fresh, soft tyres. Who is going to take this win? Who is going to take the points? Who is going to end up out of the points, and who is going to end up off the podium here out of the top drivers? As Tim, wheel to wheel on the outside of the high-speed right-hander, and has to back out of it this time. Will they go for the switch back though? No, that's off the road. That's Bolin off the road, into the wall heavily. And it's Legend. Legend's off as well. Legend is off as well. The 4-time race winner. The driver who has not lost a race win so far this season is out of the way. That's Tim in the lead. Tim wheel to wheel here with iQuicks for the lead of the race. Who is going to take the position? Tim on the outside, sweeps around the outside to the lead of the race. Tim takes the lead. Bit of contact there from iQuicks, but Tim leads for Red Bull Racing for the first time this season. There is a legitimate chance that Red Bull could win this race. Who knew this was going to happen? I can tell you I did not. Wow, just wow, as Tim now needs to stretch out that gap and try and pull away from iQuicks. Monster in P3 looking safer than they were before us. That's Benjamin up the inside of Jamil. Benjamin makes the move, but will Jamil go for the switch back? Those hards are not going to have the grip. Surely not they're going to have the grip. Let's see what happens here. Benjamin does get the position. Benjamin could genuinely get a podium here. Can Benjamin do it? Could Benjamin get that Renault, do the Ricardo and get that Renault onto the podium here in Zandvoort? Monster is going to be hoping for dear life that this race ends soon rather than later. This has been an absolutely epic race. Legend retires. Legend will not score points for the first time this season. They will not win for the first time this season. This race has been absolutely epic. Oh, what a race. We've still got a lap and a half left to go here, ladies and gentlemen. So stay here, do not leave us. The drama is not over, I'm sure. Benjamin here is going to be hunting down Monster for that podium position. What can that Renault do compared to that very old hard on the Racing Point car? As Bo is still sitting in P6 here, trying to hold off the McLaren cars behind, as well as his teammate Magic Alonso in the points. Having a great race here. But Benjamin not able to go for the move this time. But Benjamin a fast lap of the race at the moment. Further down the order, McLaren's not able to do anything, as it's wheel to wheel behind Nick and Atix. Nick is going to go all the way around the outside, wheel banging here. Flying through this part of the lap. Who is going to hold on to the position? these two struggling teams this season. And it will be Nick that takes the position for Williams. Williams could genuinely get points here now. It's unlikely, seeing as we're on the last lap, but any car up ahead and they could get points. Actually, I don't think they could because of being a lap down, but still. Benjamin here. Surely they've got to make the move. That's iQuicks! Mistake from iQuicks! iQuicks makes the mistake! That could give Benjamin the opportunity. iQuicks going to be deep there, Monster stopping to P2. Will Benjamin be able to get onto the podium? Will he be able to do it? Benjamin is going to go to the inside. No, he's not. He's going to back out of it. He's going to go for the switchback. Can he make this move before the final corner? As they head around the final few corners, this lap, Monster's been given an absolute godsend here from Monster. But from iQuicks. But iQuicks looks like they're going to be able to hold off. Benjamin, can they? As Tim wins the Dutch Grand Prix. Tim wins the Dutch Grand Prix. Monster second. Benjamin gets third place. Jamil gets fourth. iQuicks fifth. It is Bo in P6. What a race. What a race. Congratulations to Tim on an absolutely storming drive from crashing in Q1 to winning the Grand Prix. Massive congratulations to Tim, who's just come from so far down the order to make their way through. Just wow. Congratulations to Monster, who put in a great drive as well to get that second position there. Great position. Great position for the Racing Point team. And in third place, but the Mercedes not even on the podium. Mercedes are not even on the podium. For the first time this season, Mercedes will not get a podium here in Zandvoort. Not only does they lose the win, they've lost the podium. So Tim wins it, Monster with a great P2, and Benjamin with an outstanding P3. Congratulations to everyone that finished that race. Whether you did well or not, if you finished that race, you did a great job. I mean, what an epic finish. iQuicks with a penalty, which has hurt them a lot there. And iQuicks down in P5. So, 10 points Mercedes take away from this race. Whereas, just for example, Red Bull take 37. So, just insane. As Benjamin gets the fast lap of the race and gets 16 points out of this day. Wow. What a race. Just congratulations to everyone there. Big congratulations to Tim gaining 13 places in that race. Monster gaining 1 place. Benjamin gaining 1 place. You wouldn't afford it. Jamil had that pole position yesterday. Did just struggle at the start, the first stint. Perhaps made a strategic error there, and has been able to make their way to P4, which is definitely strong for the team. Red Bull getting a 1-4 compared to Mercedes getting a 5 DNF. It's definitely Red Bull's day here, along with Racing Point and Renault. Well, that was a crazy race. Towards the bottom of the points, Darth FIFA does get a point for Haas. 2 points go to Magic Alonso in the Ferrari. 4 points go to Ashley Boy in the McLaren. 6 go to Wushel in the McLaren. Bo gets 8 points there for Ferrari. Oh, wow, just wow. I think it's fair to say that was a fun race to commentate on. That all throughout the race, it was just we were waiting for the overtakes for the first 30 laps. We're just waiting for someone to do something, and then just one Renault happening to have a crash. Perhaps Crashgate, who knows? Renault's crashing, causing safety cars, who knows? But yeah, that just from Henk crashing to Tim winning. That is just, if someone had told me that Tim was going to win this race today, I would not have believed them. But yeah, massive congratulations to everyone, and thank you everyone for watching this, what has been an absolutely epic race. I hope you have enjoyed it as much as I have. As you can tell, I have definitely enjoyed it. But yes, thank you everyone for watching. Big congratulations to everyone. And next round, I don't actually know, what is the next round of the season? Does anybody know that? Shall I check? Be a great commentator and check what the next round is. Give me a second unless someone says it in the chat before I can find it. Let's see. But yeah, it truly an epic race. Hopefully we can repeat it next time out, wherever that is. Next track is Spain. Beat me to it. Felix has beat me to it there. Next track, Spain. Well, we could see a good race there. It's not known for it, but to be fair, it is Zandvoort known for its great overtaking opportunities. Not really. Did that stop it? Not at all. So yeah, that epic race, and hopefully that can continue next week on next race for Spain. Do we have a 2-week break or not? Not a 2-week break. Do we have a week break, or is it straight to Spain next week? Felix in the comments, you could tell me. Because if I need Felix in the party, I'm useless without him. Oh. So yeah, the championship, and it is a week break, so don't look at the channel next week because there will be nothing there. But next week we're having a week off, and I think after that one I will need the week off. But the week after that we are back to racing in Spain. So yeah, I hope everyone has enjoyed that race. Thank you for watching it. Make sure to join us in 2 weeks' time for the Spanish qualifying and of course the race. But until then, goodbye.